The Big Bopper.
The Big Bopper, ladies and gentlemen, the Big Bopper.
Yeah.
The day the music died. Big Bopper was on that.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
Richie Valens.
And
Weezer.
Nope. No, that's not. That last part's not right.
Pretty sure.
No.
Not right. No.
Pretty sure.
Not right at all. No.
You're thinking of Buddy Holly's song Weezer.
That's right. He wrote in a song.
Yeah, Weezer.
Yeah, that's right. I love you, Weezer. Oh, Weezer. Oh, Weezer. Oh, my Weezer.
Sort of sits in your brain.
Yeah, no, I remember that. No. Classic Buddy Holly song.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Me. Rock baby.
Hello and welcome to episode 791 of the Player One Podcast for Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. What? Brand new year? Brand new?
Happens
Greg's
every year.
already getting texts.
Brand new year. Yeah.
Yep.
Already getting interrupted. I'm your host, Chris Johnston.
Offers from better podcasts.
As always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Which would be any of them.
Of course.
Yellow.
How's it going there, sir?
Well, my TV doesn't work. So that's
no. What happened?
Just stopped working January 1st.
What does that mean? Stopped working?
Like literally just won't turn on.
Any kind of
just won't turn on. Nope. No power.
Unplug it, plug it back in.
I did.
You caress it fondly.
Every night before bed.
Turn it on that way.
This TV was loved, just so you know.
Have you been holding down the reset button when you turn it off?
No, there's no reset button.
That's you may be.
Have you checked the batteries in the remote?
Yes, that was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
after cursing a little while, it's like maybe the batteries.
Plugging it in, unplugging, all that kind of stuff.
I did all that and used a different outlet, and
give it a nice solid thwack on the side.
Oh yeah, well that was the first thing. That was the second thing I tried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you say A afterwards?
Well, yeah, it doesn't work if you don't say A.
Well, that's okay.
That's right.
I'm running you through all the troubleshooting stuff.
That's right in the technical manual.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, it's so the frustrating. That's frustrating enough. But the very frustrating part about this is, of course, it happened over the holidays.
Yeah.
So you're not getting any kind of service for it.
Of course, yeah.
But this is a Best Buy purchase that's protected by the Geek Squad. And I've learned that I don't like dealing with the Geek Squad. So because before the thing wouldn't power on,
are they?
Before the thing wouldn't power on, like in the middle of December, it actually started. The panel itself started to go because the 1/3 of the screen was like a shade darker than the rest of the screen. So there was like a clear vertical space where, and actually by the end of the month, the right third of the screen was starting to do the same thing.
Dear.
So the panel was gone.
What kind of TV do you have?
TCL.
Okay.
I have a TCL as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, these aren't super expensive TVs. It didn't surprise me that it was starting to go. I've heard stories like that about these televisions, which is why I bought the extended warranty. So I put in a ticket for that. I hadn't heard anything back. Then I got a hold of them when the TV wasn't working. And they're like, well, we need to send out a repair person. And I was like, well, okay, but like, even if the power works on it, like the panel's gone. Right. So you're going to replace this. How can we just move this along? And no, can't do it. So anyway, I finally, and of course it's a third-party repair company. So I talked to that gentleman this morning, who kindly answered his phone, even though it was Sunday when he was closed. And when I described what was happening to him, he goes, yeah, I don't know why you aren't up there right now just getting a replacement. Like, I'm not going to be able to fix that.
Right.
My recommendation is going to be to replace the thing.
Yeah.
But that recommendation is not coming till Tuesday because that's business hours again. So.
Oh dear.
So yeah. Anyway, I was a little cranky. 2022. Starting off with a bang.
Off to a great start.
Starting off with a wet start.
Guess so. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
My TV is doing great.
Works. Keep rubbing it in, Theobald.
I was using it just a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Just I wasn't even like watching or playing anything. I just had it on.
Just for the sake of it.
Just burning
Just on
electronics.
static.
Just
Yep.
to
Just on
stick
static.
it to Canada. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's Phil keeps sending me pictures.
I can't even get static on my TV.
It's
It displays
no.
a little pictorial slideshow when I just have it on with no input going into it.
Oh yeah, you can't even get it to.
I can't even
set
get
it on
static. I
antenna or something to
just
get
like-
static.
Look,
Phil
here's,
sent me a 20-minute video where he's literally just turning his television off and on over and over
Yeah.
and over again.
look at that. Every time
Oh,
I press the button, it
working.
pops right on.
you guys watch anything in particular over the break? Like binge any TV shows or any?
I watched the first episode of that Xbox documentary.
Oh yeah,
That's
Yeah.
really good.
it is
Oh, yeah?
really good.
Yep.
I need to watch the rest of that because I really liked that first episode.
Yeah, same here. And
Hmm.
otherwise, my oldest previously had asked me to put together a list of my favorite movies
Oh,
that that she might like. So we've watched over the last week or so before the TV went. We watched Predator.
how long did it
We
take
watched
you to filter out
Terminator.
all the X-rated stuff?
This is your youngest that
She's
wanted
no,
this.
it's my oldest.
Your oldest. Okay.
She's almost
Who-
15.
Almost 15.
So,
That's a
yeah.
you know what? That's a fine age for Predator.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
So we watched a bunch of stuff like that. We watched The Matrix. We watched the first Matrix movie
Very
Yeah.
good.
because, of course,
That's
that's
all
in
you
the
need to
news with the latest sequel,
Mhm,
and she
mhm.
was like,
You
"I've never
just-
seen The Matrix."
You can just stop after that
No.
one.
Yeah.
Did you watch the new one, CJ?
No, I haven't watched that.
Okay, so you have it on good authority to make such a statement.
I have it
Here
on
we go.
the authority of 2 other movies.
Those other two
Yeah,
movies
see.
were. Whew.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I watched.
I don't know why anyone's surprised they didn't like the third sequel.
I
'cause
watched the
first two
new one,
sequels weren't good.
and it's better than 2 and 3.
Uh-huh.
I'll give it
Can I
that.
go right from 1 to the new
4?
one? 4?
I mean, like, could you and not lose any of the plot?
I mean,
Is
I
that what
don't
you're-
care about the plot of.
I know. I mean, I don't
3.
remember any of the plot from
Yeah.
from the sequels.
That's because it was, because
Well,
most
'cause
of it didn't make
I
much sense. He's
I
Jesus.
I watched
He
them
was
once
Jesus.
when they were in theaters.
Yeah.
and they were
Yeah.
terrible. And then
Yeah.
yeah.
Same.
It's the new one.
Well, can I
don't
start
know.
with the Matrix and then watch Speed Racer and then watch the new one?
You know what? Tell you what.
You know what?
just
Start with The
watch
Matrix,
Speed.
watch Speed Racer, and then watch Speed, and you're pretty much
There it is.
There's
Boom.
the trilogy right there.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
3 incredible films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speed is a really good movie.
Speed's
Speed
a
is
fun
great.
movie.
I love Speed.
Yeah,
Fun movie.
Speed's a great movie.
I saw that on
actually, I
a
gotta add that to my
preview.
list.
A preview week when they played it in like June or July, like a month before it actually came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it was a preview.
You just like
I was like,
Speed
this
because
is
you're
gonna be a good movie.
because your
I've been-
doppelganger's in it.
What?
Oh,
Your
Ferris.
doppelganger.
What's this?
Cameron
from Ferris
Diaz.
Bueller?
Cameron.
Cameron.
Yeah,
Alan
Cameron's in it.
Ruck. Alan Ruck.
Alan Ruck. Yeah, I guess he has an actual name.
He has an actual name.
Yeah, he's not just.
It was like I remember seeing him in that movie. I was
60-year-old
like, oh,
Cameron
his
or
career
whatever.
must be restarting. Maybe not.
Well, you know. I saw Speed in the theater, and I don't know how this happened, but I knew nothing about it.
Ah,
That's
I had
weird.
I had seen no commercials, no trailers.
Because that movie was hard to escape when it came out.
Yeah, and it's I
Mm.
don't know how it happened, but yeah, a couple of my friends were just like, "Hey, let's go see this new movie, Speed." I said, "I have no idea what that's about," and they said, "It's an action movie. It's
Die
got
Hard on
Keanu
a bus.
Reeves. It's got Dennis Hopper in it.
Die Hard on
Okay.
a bus.
Let's go see it." And it ended up being great.
there you go.
So,
I missed the whole series of Die Hard in different places.
oh really?
Movies. There was some good movies there, like Cliffhanger is another
You
good
didn't-
one.
you
I
didn't
thought
see Under
Cliffhanger was
Siege,
good.
Under Siege was great.
Die Hard on a boat.
Yep.
Yep.
I never saw that one.
You never saw Under Siege?
No.
Oh, Under Siege was a good time.
Under Siege is
No.
that was a fun movie.
So I started
He was,
watching
he's just the cook. You know?
CNN does these like decade shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean fake news?
Oh, here we go.
Does these like wrap ups of each decade, and they do like 6 episodes or something. One's on music, the other's on like
Michael
television,
Ian Black in
movies,
them, talking
things
about
like that,
how much he loves the 80s.
and technology. No, he's not, but
Oh, well
it's
then.
similar to that format, only done by CNN.
Craig is delighted by
Good memories.
Michael
Good
Ian
memories.
Black
Yep.
showing up on CNN. Give his
Yeah.
takes on
No, but instead they have
Furbies.
like NPR commentators and editors from Rolling Stone.
Okay.
instead of Michael Ian Black. So
No. Seems like a downgrade to me, but what do I know?
yeah. But so they have one on the 2000s, which is of course
okay.
20 years
20 effing years ago.
Right.
So I started watching it, but it's amazing to me. Like the clips that they play look like they're very low res, like they just went to YouTube
Because
and took
they
a bunch of
were.
clips off of that.
Right.
They didn't have to actually go through like any file footage or anything like that to get these music videos. They look terrible. And then they cut to somebody being interviewed now, and it's like pristine HD.
Of course.
Yeah.
We're spoiled now because that's the thing. And it's funny when you look, I mean, I'm sure that's not exactly what you're saying, but it's funny when you look back at even what would be considered like good broadcast quality from the year 2000.
Oh, yeah.
And it's sort of jarring that it's still
so terrible.
Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But they were talking about Napster and LimeWire and all this.
Oh, yeah.
All I ever got from LimeWire were viruses. Napster I used a lot.
I got a lot from Napster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I still have a few MP3s knocking around my computer from Napster.
I'm pretty sure I do as
That's
well.
hilarious.
Yeah. Fun stuff. But we spent the New Year's weekend watching American Ninja Warrior.
Oh wow.
That's
Previous
fun.
seasons.
Okay.
That's been quite fun.
Is that what you were building up to? Is that what the prompt
That
was?
was
That's what all this was to do is to
Hey,
tell us
guys, what have you been
American Ninja Warrior.
It's
American Ninja Warrior.
it was obvious CJ was just building up to, hey, I've been watching something I want to talk about,
That's
but I
right.
got to frame it
Right.
like I care about everyone else.
I do though. I care
Mhm,
about you guys. Yeah.
We're watching the Cowboy Bebops.
Oh,
What do you
very
think about
nice. The live action ones?
Is there another one?
Of course. No.
There
Not
you
to
go.
my knowledge.
So, no, we're watching the actual Cowboy Bebop, which I saw ages and ages ago. Dana's never seen it, so yeah, we're probably about halfway through it, maybe a little more at this point. That's a good
Nice.
show. I don't
is
know
a
if you've
good
ever
show.
seen the Cowboy Bebops, but
Of
that's a good
course.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cowboy
Phil,
Beep Boop.
how do you
Cowboy
feel
Bebop.
about the announcement of a new Urusei Yatsura?
Yeah, I mean, you know how I
television
feel about
series?
that. You know how I feel about that. I'm elated by that
Elated.
news. This is
Yeah.
the best. This is the best news of 2022. Right after Greg's TV not working anymore.
It's pretty mean. It's pretty mean.
Well,
I'm
I'm just saying.
I don't
I'm
feel like
just
I would say something
wondering-
that mean about you.
What style of anime is this going to be? Is this going to be like a real throwback, or is it going to be like a lot of fan service?
Like, is it
and
going to look like it's animated in like 1982? Is that what you're?
I
wondering?
know that it's not because I've seen the key art for it and it looks
Yeah.
very
No, it
new.
looks very nice.
Yes, it looks very nice. But what I mean is it going to be like a harem anime from? Are they going to reframe it as
Right.
like a harem anime from the 2020s, or is
Right,
it going
right.
to be old school style?
From what I heard, and I don't know how accurate this is,
Mhm.
because it's just it's as far as I know, some random schmo on the internet talking nonsense. But from what I've heard, it sounds like it's going to be stick closely to the original manga
That's fun.
in
Okay.
terms of storytelling. So
Yeah.
which you know what, I'm all for. I love me some
that.
Urusei Yatsura. So
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited. Apparently it's going to be like 50 episodes or something.
Yeah.
Like they're not even doing like, oh, it's going to be like a 12 episode.
12 episode limited series. No, it's
Yeah.
gonna be the whole
No,
thing.
they're
Yeah.
going all in on it. So
That's good. That's good.
I'm super stoked. And if this
Some
leads
streaming
to
service will likely get that and start airing it.
hopefully,
in the US, probably Viz. Does Viz have a thing?
I don't know. Crunchyroll. Who owns Crunchyroll? Is that Funimation or
Sony.
something?
Sony.
Oh, is that Sony owns that?
Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Oh, so I guess okay.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if this leads to some sort of Rumiko Takahashi renaissance,
I could do with another Ranma and half
Hey.
anime series.
seriously, you know what? Bring back Ranma, bring back Meisani Koku.
Oh,
you know,
Misana Koku would be fun.
I'd be all for it.
Too.
Yeah, it's because it's great.
Yeah, it's a great
So,
series.
yeah.
I love Ranma too. Although I finally got tired of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Nothing's happening anymore.
Well, I mean, that's
They have to stretch that story out.
Exactly.
I mean,
They
come
ever.
on.
well. I think that's and I think that's kind of what they're talking about with Urusei Yatsura. You know, avoid the filler of the anime by
Yeah.
just by sticking closer to the
Oh,
manga. I mean, Heck, the Ranma cartoon, there was like half the manga series never got animated, So
right. I don't even think they ever did the ending.
No,
of the
they
manga
did
in
not.
anime form. So
No.
yeah.
So
Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, should we talk about video game stuff?
Why bother?
Eventually,
2022, man. Time for a reboot.
Time for a reboot.
Time for a soft reboot.
January 1st, a Lego set went on sale that I'm sure caught the eye of Greg and Phil.
I don't play with
That's
toys
you guys.
like
Sonic the Hedgehog Green Hill Zone is available now. 70 bones.
Yep.
American.
Latest Lego Ideas set.
Yeah. Phil, it appears that you ordered it immediately.
I was right there at 9 p.m. specific time, waiting for the January 1st sets to go on sale.
Yep.
I got my order in immediately. It is already shipped. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and Greg, you got it too.
Oh yeah, I had to. Yeah.
And I live within spitting distance of a Lego store.
Yeah.
I mean, not as
close.
I used to be able to walk to the Lego store, but now it's like
but now you're too fat.
Well, it's a half-hour drive, man. Come on. It's a half hour in a car.
Good.
Look, I'm very lazy. Okay. So
I didn't go to I mean, I'm not near a Lego store, but I didn't go to the store to look for one because I'm not going outside.
Well, that was the other thing. Yeah, we had all the snow and all that nonsense out here. I'm not gonna.
We just had all the COVID outside.
I'm not gonna drive and all that.
I
did. Yeah. Look at this, though. Look at this. I got for Christmas. If you're watching on the YouTube,
man.
I got a Lego Spaceman shirt.
The best kind.
That
no, that's clearly Among Us, Phil.
This is
Among Us.
Lego Among Us. There they are.
Yeah.
You know what else I got? You know what else? My loving family. Yeah. So Target. Recentishly, Target has had this like kind of Lego cross promotion type thing where they had all sorts of items for around the home that are Lego and Target branded, and it's all like bright primary colors, kind of blocky designs. This shirt is part of that line. But one of the things that they made was a little set of, they call them snowman accessories. Basically just like a big Lego carrot that you can shove into your snowman for its nose, and like little plastic Lego stud dots that you can plug in for their eyes and things like that, and a few other accessories. And they got that for me, and specifically for, look at this.
Oh my God.
Again on the YouTube. This is the classic Lego walkie-talkie that like a lot of the spacemen would come with, but it's life size, and you're meant to give it to your snowman.
Yeah.
Screw that noise. This is
they gave it to their own personal snowman.
I got a life size Lego walkie-talkie that I just have sitting here on my desk, and I get to pretend that I'm a little Lego man sitting in the real world. I love it so much. Look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Fine. Good. Glad to hear it.
All right.
Glad to hear it.
Guess we're done talking about the Sonic Lego stuff.
I'm excited about the Sonic Lego stuff.
I will say, because Phil, you said this too, and I've always thought this. I really wish that like one of the options for the Super Mario Lego had been like a level of Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what they did was cool. The gimmick was neat.
Right.
But it made it, I ended up not buying any of the Mario Lego.
Right.
Just because of that. Right. It's like, well, it's all a gimmick, and it's kind of all expensive, and so I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
But if it had been like, if they'd done like a World 1-1 of Super Mario Brothers, or like, it may be one themed one for each of the different Marios, I would have bought those.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe down the road they will.
I hope so.
They're obviously taking the more traditional Lego set approach with the Sonic. So
I'm just getting a call from our school district, so maybe we won't be going back to school tomorrow.
Really?
We're not going back until next week.
I haven't seen anything from Finn's school yet, so we'll see. But you know what? I did see some people were a little upset about the Lego Sonic set because,
Oh yeah.
well, like I said, it's a Lego Ideas set, which those are fan designed.
Mm-hmm.
It's you go to the Lego Idea site, you can submit your own set. People vote on them. When it reaches, I think it's 10,000 votes, Lego will then consider producing an actual set of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they always, they never do like a 1-to-1 release. They always
get their designers to go.
Yeah, they're expert
Yeah.
Lego engineers who will refine the set and just for parts count and for stability and certainly marketability.
Sure.
But the original set as submitted was very clearly themed around Sonic Mania.
Oh, really?
Well, it had like the big Robotnik mech that's from Mania, and it had like some of the smaller like enemy robots and stuff like that were all from Mania. And of course, Lego said, "Yeah, we'll produce this set," and then they turned it into Sonic 1 Green Hill Zone, and you got people who are like, "Oh, I wanted the Mania set." And it's like,
well, now we can set it up for sequels. It's clearly meant to connect to other sets. So,
and I mean, you think the general average schmo going into the Lego store, are they more likely to be familiar with the Green Hill Zone aesthetic from Sonic?
Honestly,
probably.
I would say probably not at this point.
You think so?
The Green Hill Zone aesthetic from Sonic is over 30 years old.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that
I listen, for people our age, that's Sonic for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
well,
Don't get me wrong.
Who's buying the $70 Sonic the Hedgehog Lego set?
Yeah, that's fair.
It ain't 6-year-olds.
To be honest too, that's at the low end of the price range for Lego sets.
That's not actually accurate though. Really? Which of us are the ones who buys a lot of Lego sets? Okay.
I'm just saying, to buy even a small set for my kids is over $50.
Canadian.
There's a lot of, well, that's Canadian.
Yeah.
That's Canadian.
I'm just,
yeah.
It's not.
I think you're right.
Okay, let's put it this way.
That's
that is
probably a
not
$30
even
set
near
here.
the premium ceiling for Lego sets. How about that?
No.
Well,
Like,
no,
not even remotely close.
Well, for a Lego Ideas set, $80 is it 80 or 70?
Low, actually, I think.
70.
It's 70. So yeah, $70 for a Lego Ideas set. That's a cheap Ideas set.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well,
probably
the
because it's
Seinfeld
30 years
set
old.
was around that price as well.
Yeah, Seinfeld was close to that too.
Yeah.
Apparently, they and listener Andrew Webb just mentioned it in the chat here. They announced Luigi's Mansion Legos.
They did.
Yeah,
they did indeed. Those are, I think those have I've known about those for a little while now.
Yeah,
I think they were announced
a couple of
while
weeks
ago.
anyway.
Yeah.
There's a trailer.
But those are
channel.
Those are the same aesthetic.
Yeah,
they're part of that Super Mario type of set. So yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, if it was a one-off Luigi's Mansion set,
I'd be all over that.
Well, yeah.
But see, that's the thing that worries me about future Mario sets is they've got this whole sort of system built now,
right?
Yeah,
that people have bought into,
right?
Yeah,
and the whole idea was that the characters can be moved from set to set to set and actually be active, right? So yeah.
So
who knows? Too much Toys to Life, not enough.
But yeah, hopefully they'll make more Sonic sets. I would be definitely in for more Sonic sets.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Nintendo had some problems with the eShop on Christmas Day.
To the surprise of hopefully
nobody, right? Almost nobody.
Yeah.
It was down for a couple hours.
Although I did fall into that trap because my oldest desperately wanted Happy Home Paradise.
And
of course you can't buy a physical copy of that.
Right.
And I didn't want to preload it because then she'd know that's what she's getting on her Switch. Right. But then of course, so what I did is I got a few different Animal Crossing things and then put in the gift card that would pay for the Happy Home Paradise.
Nice.
But of course I couldn't even use the gift card on Christmas Day
because that was down.
Work.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Finn got a Switch for Christmas. That was his big thing. He really wanted his own Switch so he could have his own little Animal Crossing town and play Pokemon and stuff like that on his own system. So he got one of those for Christmas, but I did, like a week or so before Christmas busted out and do all the updates and download his copy of Animal Crossing and get that updated with the DLC and
do the whole account management thing.
All that account management stuff that you got to finagle and figure out what to do, but got it taken care of. And so he luckily avoided that.
Nice
boondoggle.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, it's Christmas Day, man. Every kid in the nation's gonna be, every kid in the world. Well, I guess it was just the US eShop, right? Or was it like every region?
No, I have no idea if the other regions
everywhere.
Was
it was everywhere.
Okay, so every kid in the world is trying to get on and download Animal Crossing and whatever. Right. So
yeah. Well, over the break, TV Asahi aired a special about the top 100 video games, and it was a poll that they did. And so they aired the results of that poll. Over 50,000
top
Japanese
100 games of all time. Is that what
top
this
100
is?
games?
I already did that video.
Time.
We don't need to.
Yeah, I already watched the definitive top 100 games of all time video.
Yeah.
Why am I wasting my time with this?
Yeah. But this
CJ doesn't know. CJ doesn't know what you're talking about.
I do, though. This is the Japanese
Greg
version
made a
of that
video.
Greg Stewart series.
There we
Generation
go.
16
I don't know. I
series.
seem to remember a lot of Japanese games on that list.
Probably most of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Certainly number one, which I wouldn't spoil. I wouldn't dream of spoiling the number one game of all time. But I will say it's Japanese. So where did it land on this list? This so-called list, CJ?
Wait, what game? What game are you talking about?
Look at that.
What game? I wasn't listening.
You didn't watch Greg's video, did you?
I wasn't
Greg's
listening.
favorite game of all time.
Oh, Gran Turismo?
For the Xbox.
No, not Gran Turismo.
It was a good guess.
He does.
All
No,
right.
it wasn't. Not even close to what the actual
Anyway,
game
the
was.
top 10 in this Japanese TV Asahi special.
Yes.
Super Mario Brothers 3, number 10.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 10 at number 9.
Wow.
Huh.
Chrono Trigger at number 8.
Okay.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, number 7. Dragon Quest 3 is number 6. Splatoon 2 is number 5.
Wow.
Pretty high.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, number 4.
Huh.
Final Fantasy 7 is number 3. Dragon Quest 5, number 2. And then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is number 1.
So is it Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 7 Remake?
Final Fantasy 7. It does not say remake.
Wow.
It's the original one, yeah.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that there are 2 Dragon Warrior games, or Dragon Quest, I suppose.
I actually kind of expected more of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or the original Dragon
Well,
Quest.
I think 5 isn't 5 like the big one? Wasn't that like
I
the
think
super
that was
popular one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one
That
was
was the first. That was the first Super Famicom.
made
Dragon
the
Quest.
Japanese government bans NX from releasing it on school?
I think it was
school
5.
day.
Was it really?
5?
I think it was 5.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Which I don't know if
Boy.
that's actually if that's an urban legend or if that was actually true. But anyway, Breath of the Wild number 1. That matches up with IGN did a top 100 games as well
really?
of all time, and
How many Dragon Quest games were in their top 10?
None, 0.
How many?
Absolutely
How
0.
many were in their top 100?
I'm sure there's some somewhere. I'm scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up. Don't see it. All right. So IGN's list was number 10, Disco Elysium. Number 9, Half-Life 2. Number 8, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 7, Super Mario 64. Number 6, Mass Effect 2. Number 5, Super Metroid. Number 4, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Number 3, Portal 2. Number 2, Super Mario World. And number 1, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I agree more with that top 10.
Yeah. Except for a couple entries.
Well, that's interesting that Mass Effect 2 beat up Mario 64.
I know. I wouldn't. Well, personally, I wouldn't.
I mean, apparently Mass Effect 2 was really, really good. I never really played it, but yeah. By the way, that that is not an urban myth. It is true that they don't
Yeah.
release Dragon Quests.
Well, I know they don't, but
no,
I
but
didn't know if
that's
the Japanese government.
it was confirmed like 3 years ago in an interview, and it was Dragon Quest
really?
3 that caused the problem, not 5.
Was it did the government step in though? Is that because that's the
That's
kind
what
of
this.
That's part of the legend.
yeah.
Yep.
But
Okay.
anyway.
Well, there you go.
Here it is. Okay, hang on a sec. I'm gonna because here's the quote.
Read from Wikipedia.
In short, yes, that is true, said producer Yu Miyake. He explained that the series used to launch on Thursdays no matter what, but back in the early era of Nintendo, it took a long time to produce physically to manufacture games. Therefore, when launch day hit, there was a limited quantity available, and stores would sell out quickly. When Dragon Quest 3 came out, tons and tons of kids skipped school to go buy the game, he said. The police actually said, you guys need to do something about this. This is not okay.
Wow.
So it's only sold on Saturdays. It's only launched on Saturdays.
Wow.
Funny.
Well, there you go.
Love it.
All right. So an achievement list has leaked for an Xbox One release of GoldenEye 007.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is interesting in that, of course, there was an Xbox Live Arcade version of GoldenEye 007 developed back in the mid-2000s.
Right. Never came out.
Yeah.
Never came out. Well, this achievement list is different than game's achievement list.
Okay.
So there's that. There's 55 achievements with a total of 1,000 gamer score.
Okay.
And apparently 2 people have achievements from this game already.
Oh,
so it's definitely coming.
So I would say it's definitely coming. This is
and the internet is all abuzz because it's going to be on the Xbox.
Well, of course it's going to be on the Xbox.
Well, no, I'm not. Listen, hey, relax there, Johnston.
Jeez, Greg.
I'm just saying the internet is angry because it should be on a Nintendo system.
You don't think this could be a simultaneous Nintendo Switch Online?
Oh, it absolutely could be.
Xbox,
I don't really care. I just think it's funny that people are all worked up about it.
Game Pass release. Yeah. Yeah, when this came out, it was like New Year's Eve when the list leaked. And I thought for a second, okay, like if you're entering things into the Xbox system and you have a game in development or whatever, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but like you set the date
constantly
way in advance. Like,
every other week.
I'm not going to have to deal with this until 2050. And then the time comes and
you think someone you think
someone set it for
far
December
off date.
31, 2021, and it just went live.
Thinking like, oh yeah, I'm not going to have to deal with this for 5 years. That'll be fine.
Exactly. But apparently, no, that's not the case. It just leaked. But it might actually be true. Especially since these achievements are different than the XBLA.
So do you think, I feel like the internet's going to be a fun place when a bunch of people who've never actually played GoldenEye, but have heard about how amazing it is for 20 years, play it for the first time and then go on the internet and say it sucks.
Well, yeah. It's, I mean,
how you mean like the thread on Resetera about how racing games like Outrun kind of suck? Did you see that one?
Well, that's wrong, but
it is wrong.
It is.
That game's what, like 25 years old?
Yeah, was it 97?
97?
Yeah.
96 or 97?
Yeah, so
yeah, 25 years.
Quarter century old first person shooters aren't quite as refined.
When first person shooters weren't done very well on consoles in general.
I mean, yeah, or it could be like, it's true. It could be remade to be like a dual stick shooter.
Well, yeah, and on the 360 version that was on XBLA, it already is that. So.
Yeah, I would hope that that's what it ends up being, because having it as having a control like it did on the N64 is going to be unplayable.
Well, yeah,
for people who have been playing dual stick shooters since Halo, and you know what I mean. Like,
well, what if they do it on Nintendo Switch Online and you can use the N64 controller to play it?
Still unplayable. And I'm not saying that to say that it was back then, but it's just that's not what people are used to anymore.
Well, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like people are used to twin stick controls and first person shooters on a console. That's just how it is.
I just hope the all bonds code that I saw in EGM still works.
Phil, I hate to break it to you.
What's that?
That was an April Fool's joke.
What?
Lied again.
Well,
It happens.
You know what? That gives me more time I can devote to trying to get Sonic and Tails in Smash Brothers. Then.
I don't know, Phil. Did you hear? You
There's
can get Simon Belmont in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Get out of here! Seriously?
No, it's true.
Oh my gosh! I've seen a screenshot. Get that card out.
Yeah.
Yep, I've seen a screenshot too. It was great.
That one got me.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
I spent so much time trying to get that code to work.
Yeah, that one got me.
Because it was beautifully designed in that it was just long enough that it was almost impossible to actually input the code properly in the amount of time it told you to. But it was so close.
Yeah,
so it's just like, if I can do this.
Too good.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, maybe we'll hear more about that in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
But until then, let's go over what you've been playing. So Greg,
bunch of old stuff.
Tell us about the games you've been playing.
Actually, one of the newest thing that I've been playing is Cruisin Blast.
Oh, very nice.
Because it went on sale, so I finally picked it up, and that was actually the final stream I did on Twitch. Was just sitting and playing that game for an hour or so, and man, that's a good time. Although I still say it's not a cruising game; it's a rush game.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which is not a complaint. I'm actually prefer rush to cruising anyway. But I mean, it's just insane, stupid arcade racing that I feel like if you try to look too deep, you know what I mean? Like if you really start to pick apart sort of the mechanics of it, it's not great.
Yeah.
But just sort of as an experience, just sort of going in and mashing the gas and just going for it, it's just tons of fun. So, it's a little ragged around the edges, but
aren't we all?
But I really enjoying it. So
yeah, I gotta bust that out. I'm almost done unlocking everything in the little Hot Wheels racing season.
I still need to get that.
I should have it tomorrow. I should have everything unlocked.
And then there'll be some kind of bug that'll erase it all, right?
Oh boy. Golly. So what Greg is talking about, I posted this on Twitter the other day. So one of the features of that Hot Wheels game, which is I love that game. It's a great game. But you can design your own liveries for your car. Make your own little patterns and designs for your cars. And you go in and you can set different parts of different cars to whatever color you want. But then the bulk of your car's design is going to be from affixing decals to them. And the decals, some of them are like, it's a star or a dog or whatever. But then some of them are just like lines and curves and things like that. People who are very artistically inclined have made some very intricate, very beautiful designs. And I made like one or two. And they're very simplistic. But even those very simplistic ones took me like 20 minutes or a half hour to make. Yeah. It's because it's not a super intuitive creation system. But yeah, like anyone who's doing some nice looking stuff, and there is some real nice looking stuff, it would take hours easily. And then apparently the game just decides to erase them all. Just kind of randomly. Like I loaded up the game the other day and all my little custom cars, all the decals were completely gone. And any liveries that I downloaded from other people, all their designs completely gone. And if you try to go back in and re-download them, and it's not set up well to make it easy to find them again. If you track them down online, even the ones that are like online, wiped clean. Like other people have gotten in touch with me on Twitter and was like, yeah, I went in to try and download your custom cars, and yeah, all the designs are wiped out. So
that's crazy.
Thanks, I guess.
And I'm looking on their website. I was gonna see if there was like a support URL or something that you could report this to.
Yeah.
I can't find anything. There's nothing there. No support link.
Well,
why would they not have a support link?
Why would you? That seems like an excess that we don't need to worry about.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to Cruisin Blast, I mean, it's just kind of a great sort of like check your brain at the door. Arcade racer. There's lots to unlock. It's a little the rate at which you unlock things. I find after about an hour and a half, it starts to get a little grindy.
Oh, really?
Because the way to you have to earn points or whatever to upgrade your cars, but there's an upgrade path where the upgrades are all cosmetic until you can unlock the upgrade to make them faster, and it's per car. So, and the upgrade to actually make the car faster is pretty expensive. So like you definitely get into a cycle where you're sort of replaying the same few tracks over and over again. Because when you look at it from a standpoint of courses in the game, there aren't a ton of them. Yeah. It is a little light on content, so it's been padded through this, which again it's not really much of a complaint because it's just a lot of fun to just jump in and race, right? But you definitely start to feel that grind after an hour or so. But once you've unlocked a few of the faster cars, it probably opens up again. But yeah, really good and pretty cheap right now. So I recommend.
And there's DLC coming for it sometime.
There was some interview with Eugene Jarvis where they were talking about adding multiplayer online and DLC.
It doesn't have multiplayer.
Okay,
that'd be cool. Have online multiplayer.
Multiplayer would be a lot of fun.
Couch co-op,
and it's sort of frenetic enough that griefing people online won't be a thing because it's just sort of crazy in general, The
game is already griefing you enough.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay. Yeah. So I really, really happy that I finally got my hands on it. I was waiting for a sale and it was a decent price. So yeah, other than that, a couple of older games. So I actually recorded an episode of Games My Mom Found today, where we talked about Metroid Samus Returns for the 3DS, which I kind of loved the opportunity to go and play that again, because I went back and listened to a few of our episodes and I couldn't find the episode where I talked about that game. I don't know if I liked it or not. Because honestly, when I busted it out, I don't have any strong memories of that game at all. Of course, and Samus Returns was I guess Return of Samus, right? I forget which one is which. It's a remake of the Metroid 2 for Game Boy. But it was the first Metroid game made by Mercury Steam, which is the developer that made Metroid Dread. And so playing it now, post Metroid Dread, is fascinating because you really see a lot of elements introduced in that game that, took hold in Metroid Dread. It's definitely an evolution of, after what was a few rocky years for Metroid. Because, you had like Prime and Fusion and Zero Mission, and those were great. But then you had like Echoes and Prime 3 and Other M and whatever that Security Force game was, and Hunters and Federation Force, that's what it was. And Pinball. And it was just, there were some rocky years there for the Metroid franchise. So, yeah. So when this one came out, it was like, okay, we're rebooting. This is, even though it's a remake of Metroid 2, we're sort of rebooting the franchise here a little bit with a new developer. And yeah, I really, really like what I've played of it. Played about halfway through it.
Yeah.
It definitely has feels more Super Metroid-y from a standpoint of exploration and item collection, which I like because that's what I was looking for with Dread anyway. But man, the parry system, every single enemy you come across in that game, you need to use that parry system on.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit much. I'm glad they reduced that on Dread for sure. And the only other thing really that really hit home was, boy, I miss playing games in 3D. I love playing games in 3D.
3DS was, there were a couple of games there that you had to play. You really impacted your enjoyment of the game overall.
Yeah. So, this isn't one of those. You can play this in 2D, no problem. But I just, I was all in on 3D anyway. Like, had the 3D TV and was playing my PS3 games in 3D, and I just kind of miss it. It was a good time. And also the 3DS. I haven't played. I don't think I've I don't think I've turned on that 3DS since I got a Switch. Battery was still full.
Great system.
Yeah.
Fully charged. Hadn't been on in like 4 years, but fully charged. Yeah, it was a great system. And then the only other thing that I want to talk about is I played Pokemon Snap. So a donor, an Extra Life donor, had requested Pokemon Snap a while back. So I played it on my Twitch channel.
The original one?
Yeah,
OG?
on the N64. I've owned it for years. I don't know how I got it. It must have been cheap. I must have picked it up for like a few bucks or something, because I'm not a Pokemon guy. I've never been a Pokemon guy. I mean, I know, Pikachu, because Pikachu is ubiquitous at this point, but I've never really played any of the games. I'm not super interested in the characters, although they are very cute. And so I don't even know how I got this copy of Snap, but I played it last Thursday and I loved it.
Snaps are really fun.
It's fun.
So good.
Yeah, Snap is a lot of fun.
I was like, I was laughing at myself over how delighted I was for things like, because I was unlocking so Pokemon Snap, for anybody who hasn't played it, I don't know how many people that would be, probably not many, is basically a rail shooter, but you're not shooting. You're shooting pictures. You're not shooting Pokemon. But I guess you are technically. But it's basically a rail shooter where you're slowly moving across these set paths that you can rotate the camera around, and you're trying to take pictures of Pokemon as they appear. And you get scored based on that. And back in the day, you could actually go get stickers printed out of the pictures you took. And as you score more, you unlock new tracks, which gets you more Pokemon, and also you unlock items. So like at first you just have a camera, and then after you hit a certain point threshold, you are able to throw apples, which will entice some Pokemon. Like you can bonk them with them too, but I found that it has more to do with, like there's the opening stage, you're on a beach, and there's a Pikachu that's right next to a surfboard, and you can entice him over to the surfboard by throwing apples in front of him. And then if you get a picture of him on the surfboard, you actually get a bonus for the surfing Pikachu and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then you unlock what are called pester balls, which actually, I don't know if it repels them. It makes them move anyway. It generally makes them move if you hit them. So like, again, there's like a Meowth on a cliff that if you hit him with a pester ball, he'll fall off the cliff, and then you can get a really nice shot of him, really big on screen, and he's making a funny face because he fell and that sort of thing. Like it's just, I've always known what it is. I just couldn't get over how much I was enjoying it. And anytime like a new, there was a Scyther. Is that how you say their name? I think that's the proper name.
Yeah.
Like, because a few times I'd gone through this first level, and there was high grass, and at one point a Meowth would be chasing a Pidgey out of that grass, so you could get a picture of them, but there was always something still moving in the grass. And then so you get the pester ball and you throw it into this area where the grass is being rustled around, and a Scyther jumps out in this big dramatic pose, and I was so excited when it happened. Like it felt ridiculous, but I was enjoying it so much.
Yeah,
and it's so funny
that's
because like
game.
and I mean my Twitch viewers, I think they get a kick out of it when I'm in. It's very clear to see when I'm enjoying a game.
Yeah,
and I was I mean the hour and a half went by really quickly, and I was just having so much fun with it. I'm glad I finally played it.
At the risk of being a little too sales pitchy, check out the Switch one.
There's a new one, right?
New
I know
Pokemon
there's the new one.
Or new Pokemon Snap for Switch is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's, and again, speaking as someone, I mean, all I know about Pokemon and their names, I've sort of absorbed through the years because of knowing people who are into Pokemon, having never really played it, having never really watched the show. But I mean, I realized as I was playing how much I do know, because like I was able to, like I said, when the Scyther jumped up, I was able to name it without taking the picture and seeing the name on the screen. Like for Gen 1, I think past Gen 1 I would be pretty useless trying to name anything besides like Pichu. But anyway, just man, so good. I couldn't believe how much fun I was having with that game. Just awesome. That's
Very
that's
nice.
two N60 two out of 3 N64 games I've played over the last few weeks that have just been adored.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
it. That's all I've been playing.
Phil,
Yeah.
what do you got for us?
Well, before I talk about what I have been playing, did you see that Humongous Entertainment is bringing some of their games to the Switch? Have we talked about this already?
I saw a bunch of them on
I
there.
don't know if we've talked about. I know we've talked about Humongous Entertainment recent-ishly because we were talking about how it's all Sucker Punch people.
Yeah.
But they're bringing like one of the Pajama Sam games and one of the Putt Putt games.
I think I saw Freddy Fish there as well. Like,
okay, you know what? It's probably Freddy Fish, not Pajama
No Backyard
Sam.
Sports.
Yeah,
not yet.
Not
Give
yet,
it time.
I don't know if they still have the rights to Backyard Sports.
Oh, really?
I don't know because I know Atari had it for a while.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it's Freddy Fish and Putt Putt are coming. So very excited to see those because those were, I mean, they're obviously little, preschool kid games, but they are super cute and fun little games. What have I been playing this past week? Oh, well, you know what showed up? I got a package the other day from the good folks at Amazon Japan. My copy of the latest of the 20 Cotton games to come out
nice
this year. But then a new one, Cotton Rock and Roll, was just released, and I got my deluxe edition for the Switch, which includes the game and a soundtrack and a little complete works book that goes through the surprisingly involved history of the Cotton series. There's a lot of games in that series.
Yeah.
And the book is actually pretty thorough. Like, it even includes the little Sega Astro City Mini that has the first Cotton game on it. Yeah, so it's very involved. So I got that, and it comes with like one of those little Nendoroid figures of Cotton. So I got that all up on display in my display case now, right now. So just
nice.
A nerd about that, but yeah. So I got a new Cotton game, and I've talked about this on the show recent-ishly. This series, it was one of the cute 'em up, side-scrolling cute 'em up games where you're a little cartoon witch shooting magic in a little side-scrolling shooter fashion. And this is no different. It's fantastic. I played through it once already as Cotton. And it has, it is all side-scrolling, but it does have kind of third-person into the screen.
Oh, like panorama Cotton?
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, they have their bonus stages that are that panorama Cotton style, which is also available now.
Oh, really?
They Panorama Cotton you can get on Switch and probably PS4, I'm assuming, as well. But yeah, it's just it's a port of the old Genesis game. Yeah,
which was the one you always heard about. That was like, man, it's too bad that this hasn't come here.
I know, right? And it was always like over $100 or something to import it. Yeah. So
it was sort of one of the sought after games.
Yeah, it's
once Batman came here, that sort of took its place.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a very impressive looking Genesis game too.
Yeah,
it's mighty wild what they were able to get that system to do with that.
Those Cotton games are fun.
Cotton games are fun, and this one in particular has multiple characters you can play as, and they're all. I mean, I don't know who any of them really are. Some of them are like, Success is the company that develops these games. So it's other characters from Success games. It's got what's that game, the little girl with the fishing line where she swings around?
I know exactly the game you're talking about.
Yeah,
Super Nintendo
fishbowl game.
Yeah. The game has a name.
You know the one.
I have one of the Switch games.
That's a good game.
Shelf over there. Yeah, but you can play as her, or you can play as a couple other little anime characters from some of their other shooter type games.
Yumehara Kiwase.
That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Thank you, Zelda's biggest fan in the chat.
There we go. But what's kind of neat about it is that the different characters, instead, they have different weapon patterns and stuff like that, but some of them also have different kind of like full-on gameplay mechanics that are different. So like, Cotton, you shoot, you collect little gems that let you shoot different types of magic and stuff like that, and you can collect items that will kind of power up your shots and things like that. But then there's one character who is from one of the other success shooters that I don't know what they are, but that character's gimmick is a time limit. So you have a clock on the screen that's constantly counting down, and when it reaches 0, your game's over. So you have to collect power-ups from defeated enemies to extend your timer. One of them has a mechanic where if you fly very, very close to an enemy or an enemy projectile, it boosts your little experience meter. And as your experience meter grows by almost getting hit, your weapons become more and more and more powerful until finally you're just littering the screen with bullets. But
That's
you
the
have
best.
to put yourself at a huge risk to do it. So it's like, it's actually some different kind of mechanics and things like that. So it's a fun little game. Apparently, I hear it's coming out here under the name Cotton Fantasy, I think.
Okay.
So it's getting a domestic release. So if you want to play it.
But they're available digitally, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, it's not available digitally here yet.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. But what is it?
The other 3 are.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Panorama Cotton you can get digitally here. There's Cotton 100%, which was a Super Famicom game, which you can buy digitally here. And then there's the reboot, which is a remake of the first Cotton.
The arcade game.
Yeah.
Yes. And then there is the Guardian Force Cotton collection, which has Cotton 2 and Cotton Boomerang, which is kind of a remake of Cotton 2. But
okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of choices for the discriminating cute 'em up fan. So the other game I played is it's another Japanese Switch game, but I got this on the Japanese eShop. It is a spin-off of the Cave Story series. You guys know Cave Story.
Yep.
Sure.
The beloved Metroid style game from Pixel. But there is it's called Cave Stories Secret Santa. And this is like a little mini game that I guess it's on Steam. If you want to play it on your PC, it's available on Steam for free, I believe. Or at least it was. They see. I've also heard talk that it's like a limited time release, so I don't know if it's going to be up there forever, but I think you can get it for free on Steam.
It is free.
It is free.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to play it on your Switch, for some reason it's not available on US and presumably Canadian eShops.
Okay.
It's only in the Japanese eShop where it costs 100 yen, which is like a buck. So it's so I picked it up there, and it has full English support as well. So you'll be able to play it and read what's on the screen. But it is a very just cute little kind of bite-sized game where you are delivering presents. You're one of the little critters from Cave Story, dressed up as Santa, and it's kind of like a little stealth action puzzle game.
Okay.
Where you go into a house, and there'll be a kid sleeping in their bed, and there'll be little like monsters kind of patrolling around the house, and you have to sneak through the house, flip on light switches so you can see into the room, but don't flip on the switch that's going to wake up the kid. Or if you have to walk past the kid's bed, you got to like quickly bolt past it so you don't wake them up or alert one of the monsters. And you got to weave your way through pushing blocks and moving obstacles and stuff. And you got to find the tray of cookies and eat those so you can get your cookie eating bonus, and then you got to find the tree and drop off your presents, and then you got to make your way back to the chimney so you can get back up the chimney and then move on to the next house. And it is a charming little game, perfect for this time of year, becoming increasingly less appropriate for this time of year
as the days go on.
But I guess you're getting a drop on next year at this point. So,
well, I mean, Christmas is a year away, and I've already got my decorations up. So
yeah, I'm all set. I'm clearly ready for December to roll around. So, but yeah, it's a cute little game. I have no idea why it's not on our eShop, but
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but it's over in the Japanese eShop if you are set up to access that. Or like I said, you can just hop on Steam and play it for free. So
yeah.
But that's what I've been playing.
Cool. Hey Phil.
Oh, what?
As a follow-up
I was about to take a drink here.
Game of the well, too bad you can't. Ha!
Watch me.
As a follow-up to our Game of the Year show from last week, I was going to ask, how come Hot Wheels Unleashed was not on your top 5?
Because there were 5 other games I liked more.
Okay, but you play a lot of Hot Wheels Unleashed, I'm noticing.
Yeah.
That wasn't good enough to make your top 5?
There are 5 games I liked more. If we were doing a top 10, I bet it would have been on the top 10.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say would have been on the top 10.
Spoiler, it would have been on there.
But although I'll tell you what, after this game wipes out my hard work that I put into my little custom toilet car that's covered in poop.
Yep.
Or my garbage truck.
You violated the terms. The end user terms.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I bumped the game up an ESRB rating.
Yep.
I made that garbage truck look like an old GoBot toy, which probably
that
copyright infringement.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah. So, it's getting further down on my list if they start censoring me like that.
Censorship.
Yeah. First Amendment, man. This is a First Amendment issue.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
I should be allowed to make fake poop splatters on whatever I want. They can't
only on government. The First Amendment only protects you if you want to do that on government buildings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you read the First Amendment, Greg? It specifically says,
"Oh God,
video games."
I keep my pocket Constitution right here, next to my heart.
Smart lad. I hope it's made out of steel, so it can take a bullet for you if you ever.
You mean they made versions that aren't made out of steel?
Exactly.
Not in my America.
That's right.
Oh God.
Right next to my pocket Bible.
There it is.
Alrighty, so not in your.
Where at least I know I'm free. Go ahead.
Alrighty, I'll talk about what I've been playing. So I mentioned this 2 weeks ago. This Prop Night game that is a combination of Dead by Daylight.
Yes, on Prop Night.
Gameplay and prop hunt mechanics. So a prop hunt game generally is a multiplayer game where
Greg's shrinking again. I love whenever Greg adjusts his standing desk because
he's now going to stand for this.
I always keep it next to my heart
because he's like a little elf now.
Apparently, yeah,
there he is.
But yes, the prop hunt genre is one where you have hiders and seekers and
growers and showers.
This game is a combination of asymmetrical horror game and a prop hunt game, or a prop hunt game.
Prop hunt.
And
is that an actual genre? You say like
I know you say that like that's something that we should all.
No, it is. Look it up on Roblox. There's plenty of them.
Oh, well, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
There you go. No, it is.
Hang on, I got to turn off the show.
A real thing. It's a real thing, I swear.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, I've been playing more of this game, and they introduced like a ranking system recently, and they have Christmas outfits for the teenaged survivor kids that are in the game.
It's starting to sound sexual.
Oh, we got a Christmas outfit for the
Christmas
Pixies.
Survivors in the crowd. If you are a
No, one's like a little.
survivor, please search out the Christmas outfits.
One's got like
festive.
a Christmas corgi sweatshirt on,
Oh.
and
Aw.
just all these kinds of Christmas
Yes.
theme. One has like an antler hat thing on, headband on.
One of those antler head hats.
Yeah, you know the ones. They're all the rage with the kids these days.
I hear they use them in all their decorating.
Yeah. But anyway, so I've been playing this game, and it only came out a month ago, and it has controller support, but it's like limited controller support.
Oh.
And it's not very well implemented. Let's just say, like, the turn speed is slow. Like, you can change some of the options in the game itself, but it's not ideal. Like, if you're up against people who are using mouse and keyboard, they can turn a lot quicker. They can react a lot faster. So spent some time this week going through Steam's settings for controller configuration. You can basically like set up your own controller config based on the mouse and keyboard configuration of a game. Yeah. And not to get nerdy here.
Too late.
But I did that for prop night. So I like fixed it up so I have like good turn speed, and the buttons are all where I expect them to be now instead of the default. So never actually done that with any other game. Never gone in and like customized my control for a game. But prop night has me doing that. And I really enjoy watching.
You're going to be building your own PCs. You're going to have one of those like clear cases with a glowing neon radiation symbol.
Mine's already clear. Mine's already
well, I mean, that was for, Sea of Thieves.
Well, yeah. I could turn on the RGB lighting in there, but
do you have like some glowing neon in there?
Yeah.
Is it possible to buy a clear case that doesn't have glowing neon in it?
I don't think it is.
No. That's like your best friend Mike. He bought a laptop recently, and it's like it's all decked out in different colors and things like that lights up. And it's like, I remember the first time he showed it to, he's like, I didn't want any of this. But it just was impossible to get without.
Like that.
Yeah.
Right. If you get a gaming laptop.
Because everything is a damn prop for the camera now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You going to get a gamer chair?
No. Oh, God, that's like the worst.
3 times bigger than you with like
with no lumbar support,
piping and everything.
I did get this for Christmas though.
What do you got?
Oh, those are great. Oh, you got the XL.
The XL, yeah.
Stream Deck XL.
So,
I love my Stream Deck.
Now that we're about to move, and my PC and gaming setup will be in a room different from where my wife is trying to work, she said that I can start streaming.
Oh, you're gonna start? Are you gonna be a streamer?
Nice. Well, then you're definitely going to turn on. You're going to want to get that PC up on camera and turn on all that neon, baby.
Yeah.
Well, seriously. Of course. I mean, is there any other way to do it?
And you'll want to do more than that sad little shelf 2-3 miles behind you back there.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna. This is for after we move. Notice we have not moved yet.
CJ's gonna
get on it.
CJ's gonna start wearing a lot of low cut tops.
That's right.
The camera position
Talking
right above
him. Show off the girls.
Yep.
Gotta start chugging G Fuel.
Chugging G Fuel.
Yep.
Using your gamer words.
That's right.
He's gonna be wearing his pants a little too low, showing a little neck.
He already does.
No.
I gotcha.
No, none
Get
of
a
that.
Green screen.
None of that. But anyway, I really like this game.
Low. Do they wobble?
It is asymmetrical multiplayer fun, and I also enjoy watching streams of other people play. It's like watching hide and seek, watching professional hide and seek. Yeah, it's fun.
There it is.
Anyway,
really, so you would classify as watching professional hide and seek as fun? I'm not saying you. I mean, you can like the game. That's fine. But
I do like.
I don't know. I don't know anyone who
in professional hide and seek. What do you have to count to? Is it like 20,
at least 20,
50?
Yeah.
Is there a referee watching? Like,
I think
you get a red card.
There's some Korean reality show called The Running Man where they do.
No, that was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
No, it's not the film. It is basically like hide and seek, but in real places.
Sub-Zero. Now Plane Zero. A Christmas tree. Light bulb.
Why aren't you laughing?
Gotta rewatch that movie. That's great. Anyway, I guess
Alien.
that means it's
I'll be
time for
back.
me.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Tweedly deedly dee. Tweedly deedly dee. Tweets.
Get to the chopper.
Tweets. Come on, don't bullshit me.
All
You're
right.
rocking the treetop all the day long.
Let's
Rocking
do
and
this
bopping.
one
Singing this
from
song.
listener
All
Sam
the little
from
birds on
Portland,
Jaybird streets.
who has
Lots of
emailed us a
robin.
question.
He's going.
Go tweet.
He says, "Hey folks, quick question for the three of you. What beloved classic genre, or I'm sorry, what beloved classic game have you dreaded revisiting out of fear that the game will be dated and your nostalgia eroded?
Ooh.
Ocarina of Time seems like a big choice for a lot of people. Thanks for your time."
GoldenEye 007.
Yeah, that's a relevant one, but it's not wrong. Yeah, I loved GoldenEye back in the day, but it's a little scary to go back to.
I never liked GoldenEye. I never bought it.
Neither did I, actually.
I mean, I
But-
played it
I'll see,
multiplayer at other people's houses, but I
Yeah.
never.
I love
never enjoyed
GoldenEye.
it.
I loved GoldenEye back in the day.
Yeah.
Similar, just because it's on the same system, but Blast Core.
Yeah.
I adored Blast Core back in the N64 days, but I'm nervous to pick it up again because I could
Yeah.
very easily see it not working these days.
A lot of early 3D games in general, and
Mhm.
I don't just mean 3D graphics, but like first person shooters, racers, 3D action games, that you have a lot of nostalgia from like the mid 90s. They're hard to go back to. Like I was a big fan of the Medal of Honor games.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, I haven't played one of those on the PlayStation in a long time, and I kind of don't want to because I want to remember them. I want to remember enjoying them. You know what I mean? And being impressed by them. And I mean, the graphics, whatever. Like of course, they will not have aged well, but especially first person shooter. Like playing, I played Power Slave earlier this year on the Saturn, which I loved Power Slave. But playing a first person shooter with a single D-pad is not great. You know, it just was back then.
Right.
You know, so stuff like that. Or even I'll go back to like an older, I love the Gran Turismo series, like CJ said earlier, and I'll go back to an older version of one of those and play it with a controller, and the physics have changed so much in those games and they're so much better now that they're just kind of like, ooh, this is not nearly as good as I remember it being.
Yeah.
You know, so it definitely happens, but I find it 3D games is where it really happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Rocket Robot on Wheels. I remember loving that when it came out.
Yeah.
And of course, it's one of the first Sucker Punch games. I think it is the first Sucker Punch game.
Yeah.
And I loved it back in the day. In fact, I think originally it was supposed to be a mini review, and I fought for it to get a full review because it was so good. Yeah, but I haven't gone back to it. I don't know that it will have aged well because N64 games just in general.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Pokemon Snap aged really well.
Well, it's true.
So did Wave Race.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Nintendo first party absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
Aged well, but I mean, I did go back and play Ocarina of Time on NSO, at least a little bit of it. Played through the first dungeon, and I thought it aged fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like Mario 64 has aged really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
It really holds up.
Yes. All right. Let's do this one from hacker alias Mudron, who says,
I know
this
him.
is a spoiler for the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Of
Oh,
course.
Spoiler.
Guardians spoiler, everyone.
It's not really a spoiler.
Oh.
I guess. So did you guys end up paying the Novacore fine or not? I did.
Yep.
I did pay the Novacore fine. Yes. Phil, you didn't.
I did not. Well, I saw Bill's tweet, and I had the same problem as Bill. I spent too much money while I was knocking around on nowhere,
Mhm.
and I ended up being like just a couple bucks short from being able. It was like $100 or something like that. I was very, very close to being able to pay it off, but I couldn't. So, yeah, I did not. But you two guys did.
Yep.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
I owed it.
Indeed.
I'm a
Such a rule
space
follower.
outlaw. I don't, you know.
You don't pay back your debts.
No,
Your
man.
fines.
I
Yeah.
got- Look, you know what? I saved the
Saved the freaking
the
galaxy.
You know what? Cut me some slack, Novacore.
Yep.
You know, you
Mm.
know what? I'll take a thank you note from you. Thank you very much.
There you go.
We'll call it even.
Who do I bill for my time?
Exactly. You know, I
All
had
right.
a friggin' space llama chew a hole in my ship. Who am I sending that bill to? I gotta fix that nonsense.
Mm.
You know, I didn't even see the "Don't worry, be happy" scene because I was too busy crawling around
Sucking.
the innards of my ship.
There you go. There you go. All right, Hal, let's wrap up with this one from Hacker Alias I finally watched, who says, what game will you finish first in 2022? Doesn't have to be new.
Well, I guess Cotton Rock and Roll. Because I
There you
finished. I finished that yesterday. So
I
Yeah.
have a
guess that's
feeling it'll be because I'm still playing Yakuza Kiwami. So,
it. Ah.
which went off Game Pass. I was playing it on Game Pass,
Oh no!
and
way.
it's no longer on the service. But I don't know what the discount exactly was for, but it was like $6
Oh,
to buy. So,
nice.
like, yep, I'm gonna keep playing this. I was playing it, played it for a couple hours again last night. This game's so good.
I want to. I want to finish playing through Judgment. In terms of kind of larger games. I mean, you know, obviously playing through Cotton takes like, you know, half an hour.
Yeah,
If
it'll be
you-
like
if you
20
just
minutes
power
once you
through
get
it.
good at it. Yeah,
Which I have not, but
Yeah.
you know, it lets you continue as
Yeah.
often as you like, as long as you don't mind your score resetting every time you continue. But I do want to go back and finish Judgment so that I can move on to Lost Judgment, because I really,
There you go.
you know, I've played several hours of Judgment so far and really dig it. So I want to.
Greg,
Gotta
did
keep
you
going.
play any more Forgotten City?
no, I never went back to it.
Ah,
No,
Missing out.
I don't
Missing
think
out,
it's for
brother.
me.
Missing out.
Yeah, story of my life. I can't play anything right now.
Well,
Yeah, it's true.
I'll probably beat
get
the
your
gunk.
Switch, undock it,
I'll
undock your
probably
Switch.
Finish the gunk, since I heard it's.
I need to try
short.
that.
Yeah, I downloaded that because that's on
It's on
Game Pass,
It's on
right?
Game Pass as well. Yeah.
I downloaded it. I just haven't played it yet.
There you go.
So,
Yes, indeed. All right, I think that's it. I think that's our first show of 2022 in the bag.
tell you what,
CJ was the only one in the bag. Half in the bag.
What? What?
let's just record another one right after this.
No, let's not.
Let's knock out a bunch of them.
No.
we can take,
We
like
can take a
most of
month
the year
off.
off. No, let's
Let's start making up news stories that we can comment on.
Quarterman.
like
the
Quarterman.
podcast.
No.
Yeah. If we can knock out like all 52 episodes like this month, we can just take
Ha.
the rest of the year off, man.
Perfect.
Let's
Let's
do it.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You will find Generation 16 episodes as they happen.
Yeah, the new one's coming along really nicely.
Very nice. Very nice. And you will also find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about in this episode and other episodes. And that includes a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We are also on Stitcher Radio or on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, on the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Twitch televisions. Follow our Twitter account, which is @P1 Podcast, to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday nights at 5:30 specific time. So join us, won't you? And if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. CJ has a streaming gamers room that he has to set up.
That's right. He's
And
got
that means
put all kinds of LED
neon
lights.
He needs a giant wall of Funko Pops.
Yep.
He needs a lot of Japanese video game merchandise. He's going to be
wall scrolls.
Wall scrolls. I mean, in addition to the ones you have.
Well, yeah, of course I have some.
I know you have a hearty collection of wall scrolls.
Yeah.
CJ is going to be one of those like angry, like ranting gamers. He's
angry CJ.
He's pissed at the industry, and he's gonna let everyone know about his.
Please don't be that person.
I'm not. No.
I know you're not in real life anyway, but oh my god, I can't stand that.
That's his grift. He's gonna be that guy.
No.
So help out with that. No, your Patreon money does, of course, help support our show, keeps us streaming, and all those little hidden costs that come with a podcast. And you know what? If you are a Patreon friend of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain access to a special bonus episode every week. We record it right after this one. We actually do.
We do.
Where we play games. Doing all the stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ, do we have a game for this week?
Well, Phil, we're going to continue our little quiz on the system reviews. This time I've actually planned it out.
Oh, wow.
And numbered everything so I don't have to figure out what review I'm reading. So, yes, it'll be much better than last week.
This is from the
couldn't be worse.
1993 Buyer's Guide, which, of course, the 93 Buyer's Guide was released in 1992. So they were reviewing these hardware platforms, 12 of them.
12 different hardware platforms on the market. Viable video game systems.
92, yes.
And Greg won last week, right?
Greg did win last week. It was 4-2.
Okay.
We'll see what happens this week.
I bet Greg.
I bet CJ has weighted it so that you're going to have an easier time this week.
I have not done anything of the sort. Nope, have not done anything of the sort.
That sounds like CJ.
Anything. Nope.
Yep.
We'll just see how it plays out.
This portable system from Atari with its bright colored screen and games such as blank and blank. Bill, what do you think that one could be?
RIP to this system that doesn't have any licensees. Yeah.
I don't.
Which one was that?
It could be. I think just about anyone.
It was the Master System.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
But you know what? If you have a couple bucks left over, head over to patreon.com/generation16 to help support Greg Stewart's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite second banana, Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Philip. And if you are a patron of the $5 per episode variety,
also cheap,
you get access to my weekly vlog called The Weekly Commute, where I sit very still in a nice, safe room, not driving down the road, and talk to the camera on my phone about how the latest episode is going, what else I'm working on as far as other videos, games I might be playing, talk about still working on my game room a little bit, whatever really enters my head. It's everything and anything. Please support the show.
There you go.
He talks about quality softs.
Quality softs.
All the best softs.
Yeah.
From the best licensees.
Uh-oh.
Except for that one portable system from Atari.
I'm sorry, I got distracted here. I got a phone call.
Uh-oh. Someone's not going to school tomorrow.
Well, it's from Finn's school district. So I don't know what the voicemail says, but this will be
Mine was
I'm guessing it just says ah.
Mine was late start because of the snowy roads.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what?
Snows.
I got an email as well. Yep. Late start tomorrow.
Snowy roads, yeah.
So, okay, good to know. All those schools. Okay. Well, we get to sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Huzzah. Well, I suppose that's it.
I think so.
CJ,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil.
Gregory,
Yo.
thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip. Happy 2022.
Oh, is it
Happy 2022.
really?
Well, we don't know yet.
Really? Ask your TV. how
Well,
this year's
that
going.
means it's going to get better.
We'll find
I
out.
hope.
We'll find out. Fingers
Possibly.
crossed. And of course, thank you to our wonderful, wonderful listeners. Every single one of you. Please continue in this glorious new year. Take care of yourselves, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Get shots, get boosters, wear masks, do all that stuff we got to do to take care
I
of
got
ourselves.
my booster today, in fact.
Cool. I got
Nice.
mine a
I get
couple
to
weeks
sign
ago.
up. I get to sign up for mine tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fun.
Nice. Yeah. Take
That's
care of
it.
yourselves, please, and we'll see y'all next week, we hope.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.